Is the Louis Vuitton Pochette Métis East West worth it? Let's have a look. Hello everyone, welcome back to another mommy review where I review all things for the love of. Today I am having a look at the Pochette Métis East West from Louis Vuitton. Is it worth it? Now before I get started, if you like the content on this channel, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for considering, and on with the video. Now it's hard to believe that the original Pochette Métis has been around for over a decade now that it has been released since 2012. Now the East-West bag trend, I feel like, is on the rise. You see it with Dior, Fendi Baguette, and Louis Vuitton is also on the same train with all of these East-West handbags with the Pochette Métis East-West that was released in 2022. It's a very modern take, like a really fresh look. And today I want to have a look at, is this handbag worth it? I'm going to go over my 8 pros related to this handbag, and also being brutally honest with you, what the 7 cons I think you should consider before jumping on and purchasing this handbag. Before we start, let's do a quick overview of the handbag. To start off, I do find that this handbag is a little bit more feminine, I would say, compared to the original Métis. It does come with 2 straps. The gold chain, chunky gold chain, I think is probably still like having its moment, and also a leather strap. This East-West bag, it's almost like the Louis Vuitton favorite and the Pochette Métis having like a baby. So lately I've been noticing that Louis Vuitton is really reaching out back to its archives and just remaking a lot of popular bags. Just not really sure. I feel like it's lacking originality in handbags lately, but I do feel I'm eating my own words because I really do like this Pochette Métis East-West. Now the only thing I'm not sure about is this too trendy, or perhaps like it does have some very similar features as the original Pochette Métis. I mean, if you look at it, it does have like all of the essential features, but I think it gives out a totally different vibe. Looks a little bit more chic. Gorgeous handbag. Like I mentioned before, just a little bit more elegant, I would say. And I think that chain is a nice touch. But I'm not sure what the obsession is that there's like chains that come with all the handbags now. Maybe that's a new trend. And it's better than the micro Pochette Métis we were gifted with a couple years ago. Do you find that that one's a tidge too small? If it was just like, let's say, an inch bigger, I think the mini bags would be really good, especially if it fits a phone. Now I just want to provide some quick context of the specs for the Pochette Métis East-West before we go into the pros and cons. The Pochette Métis East-West is done with cow-tie leather trim with S-lock signature. It's a more contemporary design. And then you can see the size is 8.5 by 5.3 by 2.4 inches. And the strap drop is 11.4 inches, and the strap drop maximum is 17.7 inches. The chain drop is 7.5 inches with an option for a handle. So let's go on with my 8 pros related to the Pochette Métis East-West. Reason why it's worth buying. Number 1 is that I think it's super cute. You can't deny it. This handbag is just ultra adorable compared to the original, more business-like Pochette Métis. Number 2 is that it fits a lot better as a crossbody, I would say, as opposed to the original Pochette Métis. I think it's the proportion of the handbag. I think it's a really nice balance. And it's great that it keeps the detailing of the original Pochette Métis. Number 3 is the sizing. It's not too big, not too small. I mean, it's a great size, especially for those of us who are a little bit more petite. And it's great, especially for those of you who don't pack a lot. but it definitely carries all your essentials. Number 4 is that I think it's a great option if you love like being versatile with the option for a shoulder bag or a crossbody. You can dress it up, dress it down, just because it comes with 2 different straps, the chain and the leather strap, just give it a totally different vibe. I think that the chain is a little bit reminiscent of the favorite, I would say. Still having that like slender top handle on the top for the Métis. I mean, I'm not mad at the design. I think it's really cute. It's great that it looks great as a shoulder bag as well as the original crossbody bag that is intended to be as well. Number 5, this handbag is lightweight. I mean, it comes with a microfiber lining that makes it a little bit not as heavy, as well as the canvas exterior that makes it great to use from day to day. Number 6 is organization. You can see that the inside of the handbag itself is very well organized and that already has sections built in. Actually 3 sections to be exact, as well as a zipper closure in the middle for like extra security. For items that you want easier access to, there is also the back zip pocket that I think is just super handy to have. Number 7 is accordion style opening. I love how when you open it, it has that wider opening, so you can see that it can open up a little bit wider than what the bag appears, and it's easy to see everything at a glance. Number 8 is that it has a really timeless and elegant appeal to it. It's easy to pair with a lot of different wardrobes and it never will go out of style. So those are my 8 pros related to why the Pochette Métis East West is totally worth buying. Next, I want to go over the cons because I want to be super honest with you guys. There are definitely reasons why I am reconsidering this handbag as well. Number 1 con is the chain. I feel like the chain at this point is a little bit more decorative. It may not work for everybody if you intend on using the chain as, let's say, a shoulder strap. The length is definitely quite restrictive because you can't really adjust it. So that's one of the things I've been hearing for people who own this handbag. Number 2 is that it is a smaller handbag, so it's really limited in terms of what you can pack compared to the original Pochette Métis. But if you're not looking to pack a lot in the handbag on a regular basis, I think it should be perfectly fine. But if you're looking to pack like a small water bottle, umbrella, definitely not a handbag you would want to add to your collection if that's the case. Number 3 for cons is the back zip pocket. Even though it's really handy to have that back zip pocket, it is a little bit on the smaller side. So even with like an iPhone Pro Max, it's a little bit snug. So I feel like it's not really designed for the future. I think if I need to put anything in the back pocket, it needs to be easily accessible. And the thing that I use most often is probably my phone. So it would have been really handy if it had fit in the back pocket. Number 4 for cons is related to, I'm not sure if this handbag is a little bit too trendy. What do you guys think? I know that the East-West handbag trend has been everywhere with Dior and also with the Fendi baguette. Will this handbag still be ageless if I was to use it a decade from now? Number 5 is that the strap has limited settings, and I'm referring to the leather strap that it comes with. I don't think it'll fit everyone. It's not adjustable enough. It only has 2 settings. Number 6 is that the handbag looks a little bit out of proportion, and I think I'm being a little nitpicky here. It's a little bit small, I would say, given that it has like the S-lock. Proportionally, I think it's a little bit off balance, whereas if you look at the original Pochette Métis, it looks a lot nicer because the bag is a little bit bigger on baseline. Just feels a little bit off balance for the Pochette Métis, given that the S-lock is the same size but the bag is proportionally much smaller. Doesn't balance as well. And number 7 is definitely the price. If you look at the Pochette Métis East West, is priced at $3,850, whereas the leather version and the monogram on print leather is priced at $4,200. That is not a light price tag. If you compare it with the original Pochette Métis, the Pochette Métis is currently priced at $3,450 for the canvas, and then for the leather version for the Pochette Métis is priced at $3,700. So the smaller version is actually more expensive, which is kind of the trend I've been seeing for a lot of the Louis Vuitton handbags. What do you guys think? Do you think that it's a little bit grossly expensive for a canvas bag or even a monogram on print leather bag of this size? I wonder in the future if the Pochette Métis East West will come out with a reverse monogram version similar to its big sister, the Pochette Métis, or maybe with a demier bin version. I would really like that because it's a little bit more carefree, easy to take care of. Usually I find that the Pochette Métis in the East West is usually available in stock. So I wonder it's maybe not as popular as Louis Vuitton thought it would be. Don't get me wrong. I think it is still very popular, but I don't know if I can justify paying that much for a canvas bag at this time. Do you like the canvas version or do you like the leather version more? Honestly, I think it is still a great everyday bag, and if you like the style, by all means, all power to you. Like, this could be the bag for you. It is not too big and not too small. So at the end of the day, is the Pochette Métis East West worth it? Think it will really depend on your preference for style and aesthetics. If you are someone who don't carry too much, like the elegance of it, that it is not too big, not too small, especially if you found the original Pochette Métis a little bit on the bigger side and looking for something a little bit more feminine and a little bit like easy to transition from day to night, I think this is definitely a handbag to consider. But at this price, it does make me question if this is like the most practical option out of all the different handbags that they have at Louis Vuitton. That this is the best worth it handbag. If you have a choice, would you pick up the Pochette Métis East West? Or do you like the original, the Pochette Métis? I wonder in the future, maybe they'll come up with like a regular size for the Pochette Métis, like a little bit smaller, something in between this and also the Pochette Métis East West. That would be really nice. At the end, I think nothing will go out of date if you really love it. So if you really love this handbag, I think it's totally worth it if you're gonna wear it from day to day, because you're gonna get great cost per wear. Well, that's it for today. I would love to hear from you. Do you think the Pochette Métis East West is worth it, or would you suggest other handbags for the price that you get for them? I hope this thorough review going over all the pros and cons related to this handbag was helpful for you. Thank you so much for joining me on this mommy review, and I hope to see you next time. Take care and stay safe.